I've already ordered the new flywheel, but I'm just losing my mind how these were my spares and now none of them fit. Well, finally got the blue car up on the hoist, put the engine back in. The built engine here, with the old 5E flywheel, except it's got a heap of cracks there. So my 4E flywheel stash, we tried to use one of those and the bolt holes don't fit. As far as I knew, 4E flywheels were the same as 5E. It was only meant to be the turbo models that were different, so I don't know what's happened. I'll tell you now, I'm losing my mind because I bought a 4E flywheel and put it on the GT, which is a 5E crank, and it bolted straight on. I've even jumped back onto the website I bought it from, which is Extreme Clutches, and it's the same part number. It says on there 4E flywheel. So I've ordered another one, and we're going to see now if that's going to fit on the 5E crank or not. So I had a mate come into the workshop and I wanted to explain to him what was happening just to make sure I wasn't going crazy. So originally when I got the blue car built, it had 2 automatic 5E Paseo engines in there, and of course I didn't have any flywheels. So I used the 4E flywheels that I had in my shed and they bolted straight on, and this is the same flywheel that I've used on every engine that's been in the car since it's been built. Also, when I first bought the clutch kits for the twin engine Starlet, they were exceeded clutches for a 4E FE engine. The 4EFT listing was different, so I'm just confused about what's going on here. The new flywheel that I've ordered isn't going to be here now for another week, so I've decided to put the engine back in the car with the original flywheel that has all the stretch cracks in it, and what we can do then is just get it going. I got to finish the exhaust and set up the EGT sensors and also the boost controller, so it'll take me a few days to do that, so I figured may as well put the engine back in the car, get all that sorted. I've got a dummy gearbox, which is just a hollow gearbox to put on so all the mounts and everything will hold it in the car where it's meant to sit. For a turbo crank, which turbo cranks are meant to be different altogether.
Fits.
That's a turbo flywheel.
Yep.
It fits. Then standard clunker fits. And that's meant to be a big no-no.
What the fuck?
And to make things worse, so I bought a light flywheel off Extreme. For
that one?
No, that's the turbo one. I bought the same brand one for the 4EFE NA.
Yeah.
It fits 5EFE NA, and that's what's in the white car now. So I rang the dealer and said, oh, confirm the clutch kit I bought was such and such, da da da. Yeah, you bought one back in July last year.
Yeah.
For 4E.
Yeah.
But it's on a 5E crank.
So, hold that. That doesn't fit. Flywheel doesn't fit on that?
No. And I've got a pile of 5E cranks in there and they all did the same thing.
That won't fit this. That won't fit this.
Yep, so that's a 4E flywheel, and that won't fit.
So what about... Is there enough meat there?
I'm definitely not opening the holes up.
No, I reckon there's enough meat there to re-drill the crank. Because look at that, look inside there. You've got holes there. So you've got like a whole gap, like a whole 2 of them, you know what I mean? Like there's enough room there that you could drill, get a machine shop to drill and tap that in between.
Remember, I want to turn this to like 8,500, 9,000.
Yeah.
For standard it'd probably be fine.
Yeah, it will be too weak, I think, if
you could pay them even more money to get bolts in there, cut them off, weld them, becomes part of the crank, because they do that in hubs when you want to convert like a Hilux hub from 5 stud to 4 stud. They put a stud in there, cut it off with a grinder, TIG weld it, machine it flat, re-drill the hub, and they go on drift cars and they come up with pretty crazy forces.
I think it's easier to weld these holes up and drill new holes.
I've already ordered the new flywheel, but I'm just losing my mind how these were my spares and now none of them fit.
These two are the same, yeah?
Yes.
Have you checked it?
Yep.
And then you know what will happen? You'll get that flywheel and it won't fit this or that or this or that.
But it has to.
It'll be different.
It has to.
And then you'll put it all away and then pull it out and it'll fit that. And then it won't fit this. Like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? That's weird, eh?
No.
Can't even machine that.
Way too many stress cracks.